What's up, FFBE? So here we are on the JP server. They're doing their 7th anniversary. They did a huge live stream. It was amazing. They did all kinds of cool stuff that they're gonna release. But one thing in particular piqued my interest specifically, and I think it should yours too. So let's go ahead and take a look at that piece of content that they released and see what its options are and where it could lead into the future. So it's in the vortex over here. So if you'll notice up here at the top, there's this little gate over here, and it's essentially past events. And this one is, this tab up here says like crowns, and this tab up here says like units. So on these are previous events that they have run, and on the JP server, they've done specific crowns for units. Like, you know how you can crown Rain? We can use crowns on the global side right now, and I think it's 8 in total, and be able to get Rain's crowned abilities. Well, they're like, okay, maybe people aren't doing that because it's super expensive. So they release these little events eventually. Hopefully we'll get them. Where you can get crowns that are Rain only, so they're very specific to him. That way you can still crown him and not feel like you're wasting them. You can also take these crowns, these unit-specific crowns, and trade them in for real at like a 2-to-1 or 3-to-1 ratio or something like that. And so these are the previous events for the unit-specific crowns. And you would go into here, and you see how up at the top left here, or top right here, it says 5 keys. That means you have to unlock this stage with a key. So you can see you get this specific unit-specific crown here, and you get a Transcension Pearl, you get a 50% Trust Moogle. So you get those unit-specific crowns that were previous events. These were events, like full-fledged, like weekly events that dropped on the server. So, you know, like you get Vision World this week. This was the event that went alongside it or whatever, you know? So they're releasing that. Now, in the second tab, the units tab, are units that were given away through earning content, like Fran, who was, I'll use Fran as an example. Fran, who was recently given away from on the global side from the Final Fantasy XII event. So you got Blue Sky Belle Fran, and over here you can get her. It costs 1 key for each stage. On the first one you get Fran, and then as you go through you get her Prism, etc, etc. So it allows you to get these units that you missed. So this is a really cool piece of content that allows you to get the units that you missed that might have been given away for free or earning content, etc. You can also get these unit-specific overlevel Cactuars, and you can get their STMR and TMR Moogles in here. So you can get these units specifically to level 130, and just, it's fantastic. This is fantastic in my opinion. But besides getting unit-specific crowns and unit-specific units, or time-limited units that were available through earning content, I can see there being another tab, or even a few different tabs here, for just previous content. Like, imagine if there was a third tab here for previous story events, and you could rerun the story events. And you can see that they have changed all the rewards in these to Cactuars and just the shards, so it's not the same like Final Fantasy 12 rewards for the King Mog or whatever. And they can go through and change all the rewards in those events to the item that you earned instead of King Mog items. You know, it's like you could change all the rewards since it's an old event, and not release events that are too recently old, you know. So you could do story events. That way you could get past items, you could see past stories, they're not lost forever, like the complete backstories and all the Veritas, what they were doing in those 700 years, completely gone forever. So they could re-release past story events or items. If there's items that you've missed, like I'll say Reflect Ring, you could go in and you could farm out. It might take 10 of these keys, but you could go in and you could farm out those items that you had missed. If there was like crowns, units, story events, and then just events. I don't know how you'd label it. And you have all these different tabs. That way it keeps everything in order for the previous events. So if you're specifically searching for something, it would be here. But the fact that they introduced this at all on the JP side, that you could rerun past events in any way, shape, or form, is amazing. And I hope they continue to expand on it, because it is a fantastic way to keep people engaged. If you want people to feel engaged and to not feel like they've permanently missed out on things, that permanent miss out where they essentially like feel like they should quit the game because they've missed out forever on something and that's it. So it's player retention. If you can keep the player retention because they didn't feel like they missed Fran, even though Fran isn't that like great. She's only a support unit for Balthier, but maybe Fran is their favorite unit. Or maybe they really, really, really only play for the story, and since they can't they're huge fans of story of Final Fantasy, but since they know that there are stories in this game that are time limited and they can't access them, they're not going to even download this game, because that would be the only reason they play this game is for the story. And since the stories don't exist, they're not going to even download the game to try it out. So I think that if they give us the previous events, like a majority or all of the previous events in multiple tabs here, we can spend keys on them. That's fine. Sure, we'll earn the keys, or we can pay for the keys, or whatever. But I think if they continue this idea and continue expanding upon it, this is a fantastic tab in the Vortex. I am really excited for everything that this piece of content holds, and I hope you guys are too. We know that if we clamor enough for something, then it happens. So if you guys want to have the story events be viewable again, if you want items like Reflect Ring to come back, if you want all of those possibilities from the previous events to be available, make yourselves heard. Honestly, like say something on the Reddit or the Discord or on Twitter or something, that whenever this event comes over to global, they expand on it, or that on the JP side they continue to work on it. Let's make sure that this tab gives us all that missed content. Okay? Thank you guys for watching. Much love and peace. Hey guys, so I'm going to let you in on FFBE's worst kept secret and how to save up to 20% on FFBE. Amazon coins are the best way for you to buy in-app purchases in games like FFBE, War of the Visions, or any other mobile games that you might enjoy. All you have to do is download the Amazon App Store and install it, and then from the Amazon App Store you download FFBE or any of your other favorite mobile games. You log in, you buy the Amazon coins, then you take those coins and buy the same bundles, the same lapis, but it's cheaper because you saved up to 20% when you use your Amazon coins. Also, if you decide to use your Amazon coins, then it's a great way to support this channel as well. So if you do spend money in game, and if you want to save some of it while also supporting this channel, click the links below. Quick shout out to the Amazon App Store for supporting this video. Thanks guys. Now on to the main event.